There aren't very many companies I've ever cared about, let alone that I've cared about like I do Tesla. I've always liked Apple. I think they get people. Uh, Google's cool. I think they're innovative. And Amazon's convenient. Yeah. Actually, I'm a very big fan of Wikipedia, but I guess they're not corporate. In any event, no one comes close to Tesla. Tesla's big. Tesla's bigger than money. They're way bigger. Tesla's about changing the world, about pushing the human race forward. We've known about electric cars for a long time. In fact, we've known about them since the start when EVs outnumbered gasoline automobiles by 2 to 1 for a while in the early 20th century. What I mean to say is that we've known about them together, collectively, as a possible combustible competitor for a good while now. We've had GM's EV1 in the 90s, we've had the hybrid Prius for over 20 years now, and the all-electric Nissan Leaf for a while too. None of those worked. No one tipped the scale. And I don't even know if we can count hybrids, by the way. They use oil, they just convert it into electricity. If we'd switched over to hybrids, we'd still be addicted to oil. It just feels like no one actually tried until Tesla.
Be tenacious and then just work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in, 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. And
That's
then
a lot of work.
all those things improve the odds of success. I mean,
You know, it'd be wrong to say they didn't try, and try at something hard to make the EV viable. But God, they gave up so quickly. The EV1 was electric, but it was the ugliest little can on the street, and it cost GM $80,000 to make. That's $125,000 today with inflation. It wasn't even a good car. It had a 60-mile range, it was a two-seater, it took ages to recharge, it had nothing going for it. And what about the Leaf, right? I actually don't think it was that bad. For a long time it had a pretty lousy range, something like 84 miles. That was in 2015. They've almost doubled it since then. But it was a real car, to me at least. I just don't think anyone really wanted it. Anyone who bought a Leaf just felt like they had to have it for the environment. It was boring. And it wasn't as good as a combustible car anyway. People actually want a Tesla. Tesla made the electric car desirable. They made it cool.
And they did it all while pushing the entire automobile industry forward.
Their cars are the best, as in better than anyone else's. They make the safest consumer cars ever built, safer than a Volvo. They actually improve over time with software updates. Their range is finally competitive, they're fun to drive, and pretty soon they'll be driverless.
And yes, they look great.
To think we let a startup build the only EV that ever really stood a chance. Here's another thing I've always appreciated about Tesla. Tesla is honest, which I think is an odd thing to say about a company, but Tesla feels human to me. I like Coke, but I don't believe in Coke. I believe that also has to do with Musk, who is intimately tied to Tesla and maybe even bigger than it too. Anyway, there's no nonsense slogan, only their goal to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. They've also open sourced some of their technology, acknowledging that they cannot revolutionize transportation quickly enough by themselves. One of the things I like most about them is that they sell direct. No dirty dealership, there's no negotiating, no blowout sale. For God's sake, the Model 3 sells for $35,000, not $34,999. It feels good, knowing that somewhere within the corporate swamp and their suffocating greed is a ray of hope. I've finally got something to cheer for, something to be part of. And household investors, as opposed to institutional investors like Goldman and friends, feel the same way. They've been part of the journey since Tesla went public in 2010, and a lot of them have never sold a single share, which, by the way, has grown 15-fold since then. That's the other cool part. Tesla is making the world a better place, but they're also making anyone who tags along rich. They've got a 14% profit margin for their Model 3s, which is way higher than average. Ford, for example, has a 5% profit margin. So Tesla's a good story now, but they're also exciting tomorrow. A heavy-duty electric truck, pickup, an even cheaper car, faster chargers, solar tiles, home batteries, utility batteries. There's always something new, and there's always something better.
If you want to talk about innovation that excites, then talk Tesla.